YouTube CEO says platform preparing for abortion. Misinformation. I'm going to start this video off by saying all praises to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shah, by Hashem Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of GMS, those who rule well. I'm Yalak Mara'ah from the Shepherd of Berea camp. And yeah, this video is pretty much, this article is saying that the YouTube CEO is saying our platform is preparing for abortion. So this is the CEO here. Okay. And it says Susan Wojcicki also explained why the video platform is still operating in Russia amid the war in Ukraine. What we are really seeing in this conflict is that information is playing a key role, and information can be weaponized. So basically, information can be weaponized, and this is true. This is true. All right. That's why it says the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the pulling down of strongholds. You know, through what, the information that we have of the knowledge of the Lord. You know, that's written in the Bible. All right. So YouTube, it says YouTube will continue to fight misinformation for the foreseeable future. The video platform CEO Susan Wojcicki said during an interview at the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland. These is where they, side note, where they do their meetings at. Elites, how they meet. It says, I think there will always be work that we have to do, because there will always be incentives for people to keep creating misinformation. Wojcicki said there will be different ways for people to try and trick our systems. It has been around for all time, but we see that there is a real risk, and we have put in a lot of effort, she added, noting that after all the work that we have put in, I think we have came a long way. A big part of the company's job is staying ahead of those looking to misinform and trick users and advertisements. To that end, Wojcicki said the company sprang into action after a Supreme Court draft decision that would overturn Roe v. Wade leaked to Politico earlier this month. Once we saw it, we began to anticipate what it means to our business. Now, let me finish this. Wojcicki said, noting that because it was a draft, there is not a definitive language. Okay, definitive language. The executive said that the company began thinking about how it would address content moderation, advertising concerns, and misinformation related to abortion. All right. Given the example of a user posting a video saying that abortion was illegal in a state where it is actually allowed. So if you say that it's illegal where it's allowed, that's misinformation. Now, my thing is this, right? With all of this going on, who determines what is misinformation? So let's look at what is misinformation, right? Misinformation is a false or inaccurate information, all right? Especially that which is deliberately intended to deceive. So who along the lines that standing in truth is able to discern false or inaccurate information? Who has that power, that authority, and that ability to determine what is inaccurate and what is accurate? All right? What is false, what is true? All right? what is being used to deceive, or is not being used to deceive. Look at this quote. Nuclear matters are often entangled in a web of secrecy and misinformation. You know, who else talks about nuclear matters? Okay, the prophets, you know, because there's we thus saith the Bible. Now, my thing is this: who determines what is misinformation? Right? That should be pretty much the standard of you know, that should be the focus, because whatever that person mindset is how they're gonna look at what is right and what is wrong. Now, you have people that may feel or may intentionally be deceiving that are in them high places. Hence, the CEO themselves. All right. Now, this country was supposed to be founded on the Bible, right? Everybody is every president is inaugurated upon the Bible. So the Bible should be the standing book, right? So thus saith the Bible, the word of God, which the Bible is, all right? And that is supposed to be determining what is misinformation and what is not. Not because a state says it's illegal. Whatever the scriptures say, it don't, you know, that's what is right. And that explains also what is wrong. All right, but how? Let me just start off with this. Actually, yeah, let me start off with this. Something skipped my mind. Let me go to Isaiah, Salaki. Let me go to Isaiah. Isaiah 5:20, because this is what's going on here. This is what's going on here in this country. You know, via the internet. And these algorithms and these artificial intelligences are set up with a person mindset to filter through. They're not born geniuses, you know, or like they came down to earth to with an open mind to filter through what is right and what is wrong. No, these are people's thoughts. These algorithms that's going through the internet shutting things down for misinformation, what's right, what's wrong. All right, those are the mindset of people. All right, put through in a artificial realm where they're able to comb through with this person mindset what is right and what is wrong. So I want to get Isaiah 5:20 because it says, "Woe unto them that call evil good." So you're gonna have the scriptures are saying destruction unto those that call evil good. All right, and good evil, that put darkness for light, right? Meaning what is wrong. All right, they put it for light to say this is the way you should go, and they set light, which is the right way to go, as darkness. Don't go that way, right? That put bitter for sweet. Something that's bitter, they set it up as, yo, this will be sweet for your taste. And the thing that is sweet, they say, nah, that's bitter. You don't want it. You don't want to try that. Okay, so that's that's basically what's going on. Verse 21 is the point. Woe unto them that are wise in their own eyes and prudent in their own sight. So this right here, to put it in a nutshell, is showing you those who are wise in their own sight. Because who are you going to be able to get this misinformation? You ain't even show that, listen, we're going to base our misinformation upon XYZ because this is the truth, this is the layout, this is the history, this is the understanding. You know, we have seen it time after time. And when you go to the Bible, all right, it shows you the downfall of every kingdom. All right, the downfall of Israel is sin. All right, sin is what the sin and breaking the law, statutes, commandments of the Heavenly Father is what brings forth wrong and the evil and all of the destruction that you're seeing was going on. So I'm saying that to say this. The book itself should be used, the Bible should be used to be stood upon for what is misinformation and not. All right? But this is what you guys do. Psalms chapter 50, verse 16. But unto the wicked, all right, because this same CEO allows with this, I was looking at a video. This Republican, Republican Ronnie Jackson made a statement that the school shootings, to blame for the school shootings, is hip hop, and video games. Right now, hip hop and video games. When you really think about hip hop, you're thinking about so-called black or so-called Latinos who are the artists. Right? You're not thinking about the system backing them, but you think about the artists. But if we want to talk about that, because a lot of the music that is coming out is demonic, but let's talk about who's promoting the music. And one of the biggest platforms is this individual right here, the YouTube. YouTube promotes all the drill music. YouTube pretty much promotes all all everything. Even that, I don't even want. Let's not stop at music. Let's even go into the whole entertainment industry in the whole, as far as the actors, the entertainers, movies, and things of that nature. All right. That plays on people's minds as well, because Scarface was a big thing that turned a lot of people out to think they quoted his words. Say hello to my Lord. A lot of people quoted those words, lived that lifestyle, wanted to live that lifestyle, or was motivated to do certain things to live that lifestyle. So movies itself has an influence on people, and you guys, platforms actually give it light. You put that as the darkness that's being set for light. All right. So, it's not, you're not banning it. You're not saying this is evil. Anybody, you're not banning it. You're not banning hip hop. And I'm saying in the whole hip hop, as far as in where they promote a lot of the drill rappers. You guys put it out there. You put their beefs out there. It gets people able to follow along with it. Somebody get killed, a couple people get killed. Then all of a sudden, you lock all of them up. And then you got newer artists that's being promoted and being signed to labels at that. Being actually signed to the labels at that. And then the labels get to eat off the dead artists, right? And pretty much, they eat off these dead artists. And then pretty much they dispose of them and then find a new one. But standing along the line and going into the scripture, that's what you the wicked. But unto the wicked God saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes? Because this country, this great country, right, swears on the Bible, right? And it says, to declare my statutes, that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth, right? So says you taking the covenant of the Lord in your mouth. That basically you're going to judge the people according to this book. You swearing on the Bible. You say God. You holding the Bible in your hand. All right, so you already know it's the detail and the information inside of it. And you pretty much ruling a country, so you're supposed to be ruling a country. That's the format according to the book, right? Seeing thou hatest instruction, right, and casting my words behind thee, because none of it is operated or ran according to what the book says. The thing is not being even promoted. The Bible is not even being promoted in school systems. Now these shootings is happening in school systems, but the Bible itself is not being promoted in school systems yet. You got the alphabet community. You got teaching kids about sex. You got teaching kids about new families. That's misinformation. Because a family, I got it right here. It says a social group made up of parents and their children. Now, we already know how all people come about is by a mother and a father. Two mothers can't bring forth a child, and two fathers can't bring Slocky. He's not even going to be two mothers, because two women can't bring forth a child, and two men can't bring forth a child. All right? So, a group of people who come from the same ancestor, you resemble your mother's side of the family. Right? So, that's family. You resemble your mother's side of the family, or you resemble your father's side of the family. Now, if you got two dads, so you resemble both of their sides of the family, that's confusion. You got, oh, I got two moms, so you resemble both of their sides of the family. That's confusion, man. All right, that's misinformation. That's not the truth. That is a lie intended to deceive. All right, now we got at the end of the day, you can feel how you feel, but the truth is the truth. All right, feelings is just feelings. The truth is what's real. Feelings, come and go. The truth stays forever. You can feel one way about a person, and the next day you feel different, or the next minute you feel different. But the truth is what will always remain the same. All right, now I was reading on. It says, when I was seeing I hid his instructions and casting my words behind you, right? Because what did you do? Now she's speaking on this whole abortion, right? And talking about the Ukraine and all of this stuff. Well, it like the priest I want texting in a group chat. He said, "A death is a death," and that's just what's true. A death is a death. How you gonna justify or put the lines around a death? Oh, because this person didn't want to do it, or what if the person forced himself upon her and did this, that, and the third, and should she still have the baby? And well, the Bible handles all of those situations, and the Bible does not say, because this is where you bring the book in for misinformation. That man now got to deal with that woman for the rest of his life. And that woman he got to deal with her for the rest of his life. And guess what? You got to take everything that comes with it, because you did what you did to her. If you forcefully did what you did, you got to deal with how she going to feel about you. And you got to take care of the kid. That's that. Just like a child support scenario. Hey, that's just what it is. The kid lives. Kid doesn't get killed. The boy, nah. The scripture does not say anything about that. That man got to pay a financial fine, as well as that. So the scriptures go into that. It single-handedly goes into these different scenarios. The reason why is because these are the things that were going to happen here on earth. And it gives a scenario on how to deal with it already before you people go into your emotions and use your own misinformation. And then are you going to say misinformation? Oh, no, that's just legal in one state. Or no, because there's misinformation because somebody said it's legal or illegal in another state. It doesn't matter what the state say. The truth is the truth. Doesn't matter that so one state feels that this is okay. Y'all supposed to be United States, but then one state could say this and the next state could say that. How is that? How are we falling along the lines of truth here? It makes no sense. What does this state got to deal different than that state? Oh, because this state believes more in the Bible, but the whole country is supposed to be in the Bible because this is supposed to be a God-fearing country. Anyway, I'm gonna keep going. This is Romans 1:25. It says, "Who changed the truth of God into a lie?" Now, the reason why that's being brought out is because that is true misinformation. When you change something into a lie, all right, you're misinforming people. You're misinforming people about you got a new family structure look, all right. You got a new community look. The alphabet community. That's now a community. And they have their own terminologies of who's a female and who's a male inside of their realm. Like the trans, they got this cisgender and this type of thing. It's bugged out. And so, who changed the truth of God into a lie and worship and serve the creature more than the creator? Right? We actually following the ways of a creature more than the ways of the creator. This creature was created by someone, but now this creature is able to decipher through what is misinformation on his own as being a creature himself. And I'm talking about those who are leading and ruling inside of the society. All right. They're not capable of doing that. That's why we see the state of the world is in. That's why we see the state of the people. Most of the people, especially that's in those lifestyles, are bugged out of their mind, right? Catching all of these latest diseases that's just popping up. All right. And around the world, it's just more freakism being pushed out. All right. That's just the truth. When you open one door for somebody to feel to go how they feel, then it opens another door for to respect that next person way how they feel. And the way how this person might feel is now you got people the map, minor attracted persons. This person might feel that a kid is giving them consent to for sex, and they feel like they can actually date a child. So and then that opens another door for this, and it keeps going and it keeps going because everybody's gonna have the way they feel, and it's not gonna stop. And ultimately these are demons, these are spirits here. But once again, that door was open because the mind is wicked. The mind could think about anything. Thoughts come from anywhere. Doesn't mean that thought is the right thought, right? So what are you able to cipher through the thoughts in your mind? What's misinformation? What's right way to go or not? It's through the Bible. See, we dealing with the mind of the people. Let me get that. The reasonings of men. The Lord knows the reasonings and the mind and the things of that nature. That's why these scriptures were set up, because people were going to go ahead and that's the Alex Crowley spirit, do as they will and as they feel. But that's why the Bible and these rules were set up. And that's why also when you follow them, you see the results. You see the fruits of these things. The country's in a worse state. First of all, is in a great big debt. All right. A lot more people are going through mental problems than ever before. All right. And, the population in itself with all of this sodomite or same-sex activity going on, ain't nobody populating. How are you going to be populating when you live in a lifestyle like that? It's on a decline. Yeah. Wisdom of Solomon 7. It said, the reasonings. Oh boy. Yeah, this is it right here. Wisdom of Solomon 7:20. The natures of let me start at 17. For ye have given me certain knowledge of the things that are, namely to know how the world was made, and the operation of the elements, the beginning, ending, and midst of the times. All right, and let me just break that down to know how the world was made. That's why you got the book of Genesis. It goes into how the world was made, the time frame. One day with the Lord is as 1,000 years. The evening and it was the first day. The day starts at the night. It gives you how things are, how things were made. It says operation of elements. All right. That's where you get the, you got people could go into the periodic table. Well, Solomon knew that before the periodic table was made. He knew the operation of elements. Hence, this is why the priests knew to have specific 12 stones on the breastplate, and they would actually be able to, the Urim and the Thummim, communicate with the Lord. All right, those are actually different elements. All right. The beginning, ending, and midst of the times. That's dealing with prophecy. That's dealing with knowing the times, measuring the time diligently, knowing the prophecies. Also, understanding the, back in the ancient world, they would know when this is time for the when the new moon came in and things of that nature. Well, this says it's lucky. The alterations of the turn of the sun and the change of seasons. So yeah, they would know to understand the heavens on how to read what times they're in, what month, and what's to be done, and how holy day it is. All right, and that was given to Solomon to know that. And this is all inside the Bible. When you go into these things, they still apply unto this day. They still apply unto this day. There's no other book that goes into the like the lunar calendar, like the scriptures promote the lunar calendar, because that's really the real calendar to go by. The misinformation is this Gregorian calendar, all right, which changed multiple times, and it doesn't add up to what because the beginning of a new year is supposed to be in spring, because spring represents new life, new year represents new life, but they have a new year in January. That's misinformation. That's totally wrong. All right. But this continuing on, it says the circuit of years. So when you're dealing with the circuit of years, all right, you're talking about when the new year is, and the new year technically, like I said, you know, um, it's in during the Pesach, which is the Passover, which is during the time of the spring. That's what it is. All right. And the positions of stars. So Solomon knew the positions of stars. He knew the what people would call that the alignment. Damn, I forgot what they call it, but it's in Job. All right. Man, it is slipping my mind, but yeah, it's slipping my mind. It's slipping my mind right now. But the position of stars was also designed so know, yeah, constellation. Yeah. Thank you. The constellations. So he had the understanding of these things. All right, verse 20. The natures of living creatures, all right, and the furies of wild beasts, the violence of winds, and the reasonings of men. See, and that's the point that I just wanted to really get to. But the Lord gave that. So if the Lord gave the reasonings of men, all right, dealing with the mind frame and how the mind works, then the Lord will be able to know, well, he'd be able to understand, well, this is why the person thinks that way. This is a right thought. This is an off thought. Then we should stick to his manuscript that he left here to be able to know what's right, and what's wrong. Dealing with this misinformation is the point I want to bring out. It also says the diversity of plants and the virtues of roots, right? You pretty much know the diversity of plants is different types of plants that's currently out there in the world today, and some that we don't know of, right? That can be used for healing, as far as just by scent, because you got plants that give off scent, and that's dealing with aromatherapy. You got plants that clear the air. They're natural air purifiers, and you got also plants that are, of course, edible, or you can make teas out of. And the virtues of roots, right? Also the roots, which you can eat. You can, and they got nutrients. One of the ones I know of that has a lot of nutrients that's heavily promoted is burdock root. Also ginger. Ginger is like a root. It is a root, right? So yeah, that's the point. So this Susan Wajisaki, she doesn't have the authority to be able to say what's misinformation or not, unless you coming in the form of this holy scriptures. That's the only way you can be able to say what's true and what's not true. All right, and um, information. I mean, it said knowledge shall increase. Knowledge shall increase in Daniel's 12:4, and that's the era we in, where information is a big thing. Information is a big thing. For them to be going this hard and having a World Economic Forum meeting over this, the whole world, is a big thing, because this information, I mean, it's going to play on people to go to war. It's going to play on people to believe this. It's going to play on people to do this. It's going to play on people's minds to maneuver a certain way. And the real information that they want to censor is this truth. They want to censor the Bible down. They want to shut it down, because what it's doing is actually, for the long time, the longest the apostles been on down, been prophesying about what the RFID, that is wicked, it's evil. If you take it, you're gonna be destroyed. America's gonna be destroyed by thermonuclear destruction. Russia, which is Gog and Magog in the Bible, is gonna fire off missiles. And here it is, you have this war going on, and so things like that will get censored, because it's like, well, that's a misinformation, but really it's coming from the Bible. It's coming from out the book, and it's prophecy that's already set forth to happen. All right, because this place is we're living in God's. This is nothing more than a movie. All right, and we all characters in the Lord's movie. All right, and the Word of God is the script for this movie, and this is the true script. All right, ain't nobody can add to it or change to it or say, but you inside the script, we understand that there's a devil inside the script who's going to be deceiving the people and saying that something's going to happen outside of the script that the Most High have written. And that's the misinformer. Psalms 58:3, the wicked are exchanged for the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. So as soon as they was born from the womb, they went out and they began speaking lies. And even when they were told the truth, I know I spoke lies before. You probably spoke lies when you were younger growing up. Now, this just focused on the wicked who was in charge, right? But saying this, even when you were corrected, now you know the truth. Boom! Oh shit! Damn, I'm corrected. You get rebuked. You get checked. They are getting checked, and the right information is being brought out. But now they're blocking the right information. And they're saying that's not the right information. They don't want to be corrected. See? And their poison is like the poison of the serpent. They are like the deaf adder that stoppeth her ear, right? Which will not hearken to the voice of charmers, charming never so wisely. So like I said, they're not even listening. The charmers kind of guide the serpent. They play that flute. They not even listening or following along to the tune. You see? They stopping their ear from even hearing the truth. They want to hear that. They want to keep the lies. And their poison is like a poison of a serpent, because once they start speaking the lies, it seeps right inside of it, and it makes people go. It makes you get when a snake poison inside of you, the first thing it do is it shuts down your nervous system, where you're not becoming alert. So now you're desensitized. You're no longer alert about the truth or what's happening. And that's the power that they got. All right? And that's what they have over the people. And that's why most people go along with what they say, because their nervous system is shut down. They're no longer alert about anything going on. And they're pretty much like a dead person walking, in which we all were, but the Holy Spirit have woken up the elect, or the hopeful elect, and there's people out there that's still waking up, right? Isaiah chapter 24 verse 5: the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, right? This earth, and see, the people want to have meetings on what's this you call this climate change, right? They want to have meetings on what they say climate change and, the carbon footprint. Your usage inside the world is too much. You see, you are doing too much in the world. You're ordering too much. You're burning too much gas. You're doing too much. Your carbon footprint is pretty high. You want to blame it on you, But the reason why the earth is really defiled, breaking down and going through earthquakes and ice, they like to go into the middle over there in Antarctica or somewhere in the cold and show how the glaciers is breaking up, is because they have transgressed the laws. You have broken the laws. You have been living that misinformation, right? You've been drilling in the sea. You've been spilling oil. That's you, nigga. That's you. That's not us. Drilling in the sea. You taking all the shellfish out of the water that cleans the sea. You think, all right, this whole system is a full working machine. If you take one screw or one little piece out of a machine, it's going to eventually all break down because everything mattered to it. And the thing that you did was you brought animals to damn near extinction, rhinos into extinction. All of these things have, like rhinos deal with landscaping. They scape the land a certain way. Not only that, they eat down the grass. So now certain predators or certain prey, they hide a certain way, and they dung bring forth the nutrients. But they deal mainly with landscaping. They landscape out the land for certain animals now that live and that can maneuver a certain way. And that's an important progress because everything that God made is a fully functioning machine. The world itself is a machine. People like to look at a machine as a man-made thing that they see running. And they're like, oh, okay, every part matters in this machine, like your car, right? Every part matters inside your car. Well, the earth itself is a machine, and every animal and every creature is a functioning thing. Now, the laws itself is what you're supposed to follow, all right, to not cause things to break away in this fully functioning system. And if so, then the earth get defiled. And the main one that you do is bloodshed. Bloodshed defiles the earth first and foremost. Before we even get into the animals, because you want to deal with the sensitivity of animals, you a motherfucker wicked. You drop bombs on people. You brought people into slavery. You hung people. You drowned people. You fed people to gator baby. We always got to go there. That's what defiles the earth. Thus saith the Bible. So you don't really like to go into the science of that. Well, you should go into what happens when blood gets inside of the earth. What does it do to the earth? Human blood, when human blood is wrongfully slain, what happens to the earth? All right? And according to the scriptures, the earth is now becoming defiled. All right? The world languisheth. Everybody's weak, fadeth away. People fading away at a young age. They're getting all types of diseases. Everybody's lethargic. The haughty people of the earth do languish. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws. Right? They broken the laws. They changed the law. And it says transgressed the laws, broken it, and changed the ordinance. Then you totally change it around. Your misinformation. Right? Then you get all these people doing abortions. That's breaking the law. Something's going to come from that. Something is going to come from that. Just because you don't see it, just because you don't understand the laws of the Creator, how He made this thing, He's letting you know. Now you just open the door to some crazy shit, right? Oh, all these mass shootings. But then in Texas, right before the mass shooting in Texas, hey, check this out, y'all. Right before the shooting in Texas, they won't blame it on hip hop. You had the Jeep, the Texas Go Topless event. You had an event called Texas Going Topless where it was 40,000 people in the beach, drunken, going wild, public intoxication. It says vehicle burglary. I mean, this was a madhouse of 40,000 people. Now, debauchery, woman, Texas Go Topless, so women showing their titties, people just being naked. 40,000 people. Now, you might not think that has anything to deal with as far as that shooting, but that invokes spirits on the back end. So these things open doors. And that's not misinformation, because We could bring it out in Tobit. So you don't know what's motivating, what's pushing people to the close. Oh no, this kid was watching this and watched that. Okay, but what really pushes everything? Yeah, your whole system pushes people to the edge, and you damn sure right. The movies, the games, your damn rock and roll music, because that dude was an emo, and whatever else the hell, all them damn video, all that crap is a compilation, and that's under your authority. That's under your authority. So I mean, hip hop, that's under your authority too. You can't just blame the artist. Tobit. Chapter 4. It says, Tobit 4 and 13. Now therefore, my son, love thy brethren. And so Tobit was being told to love his brethren, speaking on the 12 tribes. Tobit was from the tribe of Naphtali, if I'm not mistaken. He was from the tribe of Naphtali. He was from the northern tribe. When the northern tribe was being carried away by the Assyrians, Sennacherib, if I'm not mistaken, or Salmanassar, Tobit was in that process. So when you read this story of Tobit, you get an understanding of when they was being carried away, and but there was righteous. A lot of people, the northern, but the Tobit was a northern tribe, a righteous Israelite of the northern tribe. You're gonna have more righteous out of the northern tribe than the southern tribe. So the northern tribe is gonna have more righteous individuals up to as a total, because the northern tribe is bigger than the southern tribe. All right, the southern kingdom. All right, so hey, check that out, man. Check out the balance on that, because the northern tribe is basically, they were given the idols, but at the same time, hey, you're gonna need the northern tribe. They're gonna play a big part in coming back into this thing, right? And pretty much when the elected seal, the most of them is gonna be northern. All right, now and now to point out is because Tobit he was a righteous man, and Tobias and Tobit, his son, were righteous. They were righteous. The angel dealt with them, so they were righteous. They were, okay. Anyway, Tobit chapter 4 verse. But see, even the righteous were caught up in that. So when they were carried away, you had righteous individuals in that. See, that's just inside. Tobit 4 and Tobit chapter 4 verse 13. Now therefore, my son, love thy brother and despise not in thy heart thy brethren, the sons and daughters of thy people. Right? He was leaving them instructions. Don't despise in thy heart thy brethren, the sons and daughters of thy people, because the northern tribe was doing bad. A lot of the bodies was being laid down the street. A lot of them was suffering. A lot of them were orphans. And yeah, don't despise your people. Help them out. You used to bury the bodies and give to the poor. Right? For in pride is destruction and much trouble. All right, when being pride, I said, and despise not to be, and not taking a wife for them. Right? Like most Jake, when they get on, they might not deal with the woman of their people. They're like, man, these, they don't know shit. I'm not, the ghetto and this, that, and the third, right? And so they'll deal with a woman of another nation, right? It says, for in pride is destruction and much trouble, and in lewdness is decay. So when you being lewd, there's decay, and it brings forth great want. For lewdness is the mother of famine. So a lot of this Texas go topless, it brings in a spirit of more famine. So check that out. But I'm gonna just end it off here. Change the ordinances and broken the everlasting covenant. Therefore have the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left. So that's it. Because you want to do the misinformation, change this and change that. That's the reason why this place is going to get scorched, how it's going to get scorched. And that's the reason why your empire is going to fall. So, Lord willing, This was a edifying lesson, a lesson just basically to shed light on who's able to determine what's the misinformation or not, and the repercussions for promoting it. All right, and that's the repercussions for changing and doing and setting darkness for light and light for darkness is destruction. So with that being said, till next time, shalom.